Hey everybody, it's Manly Badass Hero, and welcome back to Knock Knock. Previously, we had just survived the third night, and hopefully the next night goes a little bit smoother and we find some more diary pages, so we can figure out if I'm either insane or there is some logic to this house. I'm leaning towards the former.
Tikari pomalle fare pata lokata liabda tirpulle canta gisara daratille pederema limbo corottide redebele vorsto gorille patarikete fola tirpulle canta tikari pomalle fare pata lokata liabda sekete darata pelekata relevere balla tikari pomalle fare pata lokata liabda irikete farata sekete darata pelekata relevere repete aggo.
You need to tidy up the house. Time to welcome the guests.
Let
me just schizophrenic. The first time we learned about the program was in the fall, about 6 months after the unrest. It described it as a community initiative. Most of the tenants gathered in the courtyard of our complex. No one knew what was going on. Everyone was shouting, worried, and guessing what will come next. All kinds of rumors. That's interesting. Oh, I just keep getting more pages this way. 2. It came down to this. They would be removing children, as if from some unfit parents. For what purpose, who knew? But against the backdrop of everything our government had done and justified in recent years, the outlook was most sinister. At point I decided to grab my son and escape the city to the middle of the nowhere. Some of these lines read a little bit disjointed, like either a bad translation or someone writing who's not all there. At least if I get a number. Yeah, I just keep getting him. First news about the program. First the summons arrive, and they announce a gathering, usually at a school. Then the door knockers come, young bastards like volunteers, wearing some party insignia. They go through the complex with lists and check who shows up and who doesn't. I'm not the only one getting clever. Everyone is getting ready to leave for somewhere. We've already been given another family's furniture to look after. Everything is changing. Parents are hiding their kids with other people, so now we have 2 more. I don't leave my child's side for even a minute. Even in my sleep, I hold his hand. The other children sleep with us too. It's crowded. The world is falling apart. Seems to me, this situation is headed for civil war. I had a nightmare that our turn came. We were led to the school, shoved into what used to be the gym. My son and I sat in a cell with a small barred window. I tried to push him through the opening. From the other side came shouts that any kid they catch would be taken unconditionally. There is no suffering worse than this feeling of helplessness. It's past the time when I should leave this apartment, but concern for the children stops me. Stumbling around like a sleepwalker, I don't recognize a thing. They took the little ones. I haven't seen them for at least 2 days. I suddenly found another child in a corner. Whose is it? No one knows. It sits in the corner, wrapped up in a blanket. Doesn't show his face. Doesn't say a word. Sometimes I think it may be a girl. I won't drink anymore. All I can think about is my little invisible one. Doesn't need to speak. I'm not pressing. Don't even want to watch. Let it keep playing hide and seek. A child is like cloves with nothing inside. Doesn't take food. But all those kids, they forage for themselves. Somehow, little by little, they've learned to look after themselves. Most likely, all I need to do now is just love her, and eventually she'll show herself. Maybe it's a boy after all. It started to make a little noises from inside his blanket cocoon, all squeaks and croaks. It still turns away, but at least now it's reacting to me. It seems like it's really invisible. It tries to reach out and touch me from time to time, but there are no hands there, only emptiness. Maybe she escaped from the program. Is that what they're doing to our kids? I shouldn't be thinking about. I don't want to. Found the bedding on the invisible bed, crumpled and tossed about, as if in disgust. I gently asked why. It only creaked out something about how the bed smells bad. I took it out for a walk. It's a dry autumn, lots of scents in the air. We picked berries and leaves, and I asked which smells it likes. Silence. It accepts nothing, and then it lets me know that it wants to get something to show me. I let it go. The city is almost deserted now. Why not let it run around a bit? There's no child in the house, but on the bed I found what it brought back for me. Strange selection. A few shriveled up maple leaves, all mixed up with wet dirt, as if it scooped them up from the ground in cupped hands, and carried them home folded in its clothes. Now all these rags have to be washed. Whether I want to or not, I'll have to see what's hidden inside. But I think I can already guess. We became strangely close in the weeks that we spent together. I think that's it. Seems that way. Nothing to do now but explore the rooms. It's very important that sunrise finds you in a fully restored home. Your house is always much larger than it seems. He's not closing his eyes this time. Does he only restore his home in the other events, or can he restore his home in this segment of the game? I'm not quite sure. But usually he closes and adjusts his eyes when he is trying to visualize the room. He's not doing it here. In any home, you only need to wait for sunrise. No exceptions. One simply cannot go on if there's night outside. I wonder if those messages are trying to fool me, in contrast to the other ones. Because some of these letters seem a little bit like they contradict each other, if you know what I mean. Still not sure if I'm supposed to leave the lights off or on. He says to turn off the lights, but he could just be paranoid. You see, the girl seems friendly though, so I would be scared of that. It seems like those notes are his paranoia speaking. Or his schizophrenia, whatever you want to say.
Limbo corrotted, gezaradarat leperema.
Let's see, will he visualize the room now? No, I guess that's for the other sequence.
limbo corrotted.
See, he thinks this is a dream, but the other one seems more dreamlike. Well, time to go out and look for clues. Seems like the forest is getting brighter. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding things or seeing things I didn't. I swear it was darker looking before. Oh shit, I didn't realize. I just noticed the forest in the background has eyes in it. Oh, that's creepy. So we know there's some kind of program, right? I don't know if the program's connected to this at all, but the girl or the boy described in the program seems like the one we meet in the woods. That's the house. I don't want to go there yet. I think there's something to find out here. That's interesting. The previous one was a face. This one's a strange series of symbols. I think I can read one of them, maybe? Marfin... No. Don't have time. Well, our main character is quite aware of his problems. Another peaceful night of sleep. My technique was always to act like an inanimate object. I see you right there, bro. No, I'm a rock. Guy, I see you right there. You can't see me because I'm a rock. That was a weird noise. Who's tearing out the pages? Do I have to leave the room from the start visualizing more? It seems that way. Hey player, you're about to be attacked. Here, birdies. Gather around the marble nest. I guess you do have to re-enter, re-exit. Alright, he's done with this room. Is he done with this one? Seems that way. Oh, bugger. I guess I'll try leaving the lights off then. Too bad he walks like a snail. never reforms this room anymore. Like, there's not much to his bedroom, per se.
Pt.2 Sissalale, Margi Bebedit, and Gager, Amli, Akilos, Elbelstip to his at, Ability to Pub, Elbelstip to his at, Credence to his at.
Uh-oh. It's right next to me, too. That's bad. Alright. Let's handle this. We gotta go upstairs and handle that. Yeah, whenever he remembers a room, he kind of gets more of his memory back. Oh dear. It's a pretty peaceful night so far, though, aside from that. I think that's everything for that room. We'll just reform this room and we'll be done with this section of the house.
Are you sick? I can hear you shaking.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Where are you?
Okay, I think I buggered off.
Why hide?
I really do not like that girl. Oh, let's close this breach. I'll tap you. Oh no. Oh no. Need some light. He never seems to be... I guess this is just an empty room or something, like a basement. Because he never adjusts his eyes for this place. He just kind of leaves it be. Oh, you are camping out!
Why hide?
Damn that light, I can't sneak by him. Because he's patrolling up there. Okay, I think he's gone.
You are missing the point.
And this is a very bad point. I have to take it. There's nothing I can do there. They already took the light down there. And there was one spawning down there, I think. These are really like health bars. I mean, like, ways to restore your health. Oh dear. I'll visualize this room a bit so I have somewhere to hide. Come on. Oh, fun. Close shuts the gates of oblivion.
Ability to Pub Sissalale, Credence to his at, Nablade Betty.
Still not quite sure if this is helping my sanity. That's bad. Get her off the light.
Now, it is your turn.
It's your turn to die. Oh, now he's visualizing it. It's just one of those. Oh!
Can you hear?
Yeah, we're abandoning that basement. No, we didn't get to visualize the whole house. Can't be helped.
Where are you?
Oh, I almost ran into that guy. Well, you know, compared to the previous nights, this went very smooth. Everything's alive. This is a game to be played in silence, 2 hours before sunrise. Gather the guests. Everybody chooses a human for themselves. After that, the guests should move silently through the house. All the guests are focused on their own business. Sooner or later, you will hear a voice. Here, birdies, gather around the marble nest. Then, everyone should freeze in place. If the rustling continues, that means the game is over, and you should stop immediately. The Invisible One is among you. That's a new room. Better open it yourself. I think I've already got all these pages. Yeah, it's all the same. Okay. So I can tell from this, we're gonna have some more rooms. It's not here, either. Quite a few more rooms, actually. This room right here reminds me of something out of Silent Hill. Drawing on the wall. And trees with jack-o'-lantern mouths. A completely normal forest. Breaking all my lights. It's so rude. We planned the forest to hide one tree.
Limbo corrotted.
Where was this? It's like he has power issues. I guess I'll just turn off the lights.
Limbo corrotted.
Everything that makes it home is now in my head.
Limbo corrotted.
Well, can't leave this broken before I go out there. See, he walks at a good pace in this mode when I turn off the lights, but in the other mode, he just walks at a snail's pace. I guess it's because he's got the light here. Well, time to go look for our, old friend in the woods. Now, the papers talk about the Elvis being we've been meeting. Oh, there's the house. I don't want to go to you yet. I'm doubting whether or not he was the one who wrote it. It's quite possible he's a descendant of someone who wrote that. If there was some program, like maybe this is some kind of Cold War era situation here, he's the descendant of that, then perhaps his ancestor, maybe his grandfather or something, moved out into these woods to avoid such things. And the spirit came with him or something. But perhaps after the whole program made him so paranoid, so scared of the outside world, that now all of his descendants have essentially been trapped here in these woods. And they've all become these kind of schizophrenic hermits who have never left this place. And the forest looking like it's kind of dead is maybe symbolic of that, like they're staying in this dead forest. That's just, you know. Ugh. I gotta go find her again. This one, I really don't know. Well, he didn't say anything this time. It's funny that they're called fragments of reality, although they're usually quite surreal. Maybe it's more about the contrast. Like they're surreal, but they're very non-threatening. In contrast to this real, what he thinks is real anyway, which is like nightmarish and twisted. What a horrible night to have a curse. The guy's not as talkative as usual. Usually he'd be muttering something. Maybe about clay or plants. No, not round. Here we go. Hide and seek. It's not just a game. It's a way of life. No matter where or how you hide, time will always run backwards. Because... That was me, sorry. Yeah, during the other events, he has like a lamp with him. Here he's just got a candle. And you see, he's kind of misleading himself. It's like the horror from the woods, but the horror is within the house. I instantly got restored, whatever. Takes your eyes quite some time to adjust, doesn't it? Always in that room. That's not good. He thinks that he's tearing up the diary in his sleep. He feels that while he sleeps, he's eating up his own life. Yeah, thanks for locking the door on me. Uh-oh. This is new.
التمللوت بوكو وبنلال ملكة أرموم البلتت إبكتتو بوب ينولوك لبوبو إدكي لتجيك أنجاغر البتربوم.
Where am I going?
Sisala bakategare البتربوم لبوبو ينولوك ببرقكو غوبوزولولو أرفق كاتولش بيجي كتب حاجتل البلتت أرمديديو لكلالو لبلو أبتكتلو.
I feel like something eerie is happening. More like it is. I wonder if there was more to see in that world. Things have changed. What? That's not good at all. This is very not good. This house doesn't even make structural sense anymore. There's nothing in this room. You don't want to adjust your eyes? No? These are all new rooms. A noose? It's kind of weird there's nothing in this room. I don't really understand that. Has to admit the obvious, but he doesn't know how. It's beyond him. Well, we aren't going into your corner of the house, are we? It feels like those notes are from someone else. How do we know if he's writing any of these notes? You really need to wake up. Then all this will end. Reminds me of that wake up creepypasta.
It is hot in here. Are you running a fever?
Blanket in the corner. Girl? Whoa, shit.
Wait a minute. I am close.
Oh! What the fuck?
Do you hear this?
Did I turn this light off when I left? Maybe I didn't. What the hell is going on?
It was you who believed in me.
How's Annie? How's Annie?
Hey, you.
There's a lot of rooms up there I haven't seen before. Let's shut this breach while I'm here. No, I don't want to do that one. Yeah. That part of the house is compromised. They are real, but not as they appear. You see them like that because you're in a state of somnolence?
It is hot in here. Are you running a fever?
No. You haven't forgotten me yet? Do I at least appear in your dreams sometimes? That's the wood person.
Don't run. I'll be quick.
Well, these are just empty rooms, I guess.
Hey,
Just
you.
so like palikot el poco.
Alright, let's reclaim this house. Back to the hills with you. Yeah, that's our next location. That's interesting. There's nothing else in that room? Nope. I don't think turning off the lights seemed to have any effect on things. It doesn't. I don't really know. It seems they still spawn on either way. Need to fix this light real quick. This is the last room I got for him. An interesting room it is. Come on, come on.
You don't know how to keep the house.
Come on. Forming up before the morning comes. Damn it. Welcome the guests. Set the table. Put plates and cups on it. In the center, a simple round loaf of bread. You can cover the cups with pieces of paper or dead maple leaves. Don't turn off the light, but do close your eyes. Imagine the faces of people that appear at the table, one after the other. They are your guests. And that's it for Knock Knock Part 2. Well, we found the diary, or at least I think we found the diary and all the notes. I think my theory about that's one of his ancestors or his grandfather or something. I think that's pretty spot on. And I think the fear of losing someone, like losing the children or losing people, caused him to raise his child in a way that he isolated them within the forest after he moved out there. And he may have got the idea to move into the forest because of that nature child, per se. So he moves into the forest to avoid this kind of, I'm assuming, tyrannical government, maybe. Or it could have been something very simple, like I said, just like a draft or a war, which would cause kids to be taken away. So he overtly protects his descendants. He keeps them isolated, locked up in the house. Probably never even lets them go outside, maybe. And he also develops a liking towards nature, due to the nature child, I guess. It makes you wonder if he's isolated in the woods, and this each descendant is isolated in the woods. How do they have kids? Do they eventually go out and find a wife or something? Maybe not supposed to think too deeply about that. I think the main thing is the schizophrenia, the fear of loss, the paranoia, the insomnia, and the dangers of isolation, and locking yourself away and confronting things. I think that's the main point. We'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for part 3 of Knock Knock.